Good evening and welcome back to your daily dose of Dominions with myself, kirbyone. Let's get into the turn. A bit more stuff going on. Topping it off mostly with just summons. Spirits of the Wood, we'll take a look at them. Hopefully I'll remember. I always say if I remember, but hopefully I'll remember because I'll go over what I think about them as far as summons goes. Not important proclamation from not important AI. Assassination, and then the important battles are the battle in Clan and the fortress in Clan. And Ermor decided not to storm World's Teeth Mountains. I think maybe he expected me to teleport my monolith there, but if he was expecting that, then he forgot that you can't teleport from a province that you are sieging because there's no lab there. So yeah, I mean my monolith. What else? We've taken control of the Woven Plain, which is Hinnom. So we'll take a look and see why I am attacking Hinnom. I do not exactly remember why at this point. I lost a guy at Griffin Rock, and he became a Bandar noble. Not particularly useful, as we know. And then a bunch of other raids. So let's take a look at Clan, where Ermor attempts to break the siege. This is not going to work out for him. I could take that with just my monolith, so no. I lose nobody. And siege, the Battle of Clan at the fortress. So no monolith, but I still got a bunch of people. And yes, an astute observer did notice that I forgot to bring my Siddha with me to Divine Blessing. I think it'll probably still be okay, but that would have definitely been nice, given me a little bit of extra battle damage and kicking power. But maybe I figured, I can probably take it. I don't want to risk it. He really doesn't have a whole lot of stuff here. It's literally just it's just this. It's just these guys, the slingers. I guess he broke the siege with those guys there. Yeah. Okay, so I win that, and I take a throne. Go me. I lose crystal sorceresses to arrow fire or slinger fire, so that's unfortunate. Maybe I should have stuck them further in the back. It's silly to just lose mages to a siege, and it is fairly common to have that happen, but you could have put them in the back, really. They probably just didn't get their astral, body ethereal up. They can also cast arrow shield on themselves, or air shield, I should say, which protects against arrows. Okay, now let's look at the situation on the world map. He still broke this, but he moved off. So there's now actually only 70 units here, mostly long dead and gelatinous cubes. The rest he's moved out here. And I'm not sure where he's going. He's either just raiding again, or he's going to try and break here. So I'm moving in response to that. He did not destroy the lab here, which sometimes people do that. Sometimes people will like destroy the laboratory if they expect to lose a fort. But yeah, he didn't do that. Maybe he didn't know or wasn't sure. But I'm not teleporting because teleporting will just land him inside Kailasa, and if he does attack me, he'll be sieging, and I won't be able to do anything about that. So I'm just going to claim the throne. The throne is the Throne of Fire, and I can get these guys, and these guys will actually break me into fire pretty nicely. Not enough for Fire 4 to give me boosters, but they can still do a lot with Fire 3 just by themselves as combat mages. So I'm happy with that. They're slow to recruit and they're old age, so I won't be using them a whole lot, especially this late in the game. fire gems. Nice. Blessed troops get attack skill +3. I'm very happy with that. And then, of course, Dominion boost as well, so I can break into Ermor's Dominion and spread my own a little bit. What else? What else? Did I get any messages? No. Am I sending any messages? No. Mercenaries? No. And research. Okay, I'm going for construction 6, which I'll get fairly soon, and enchantment 6. Just to get a little bit more item boosting. I want to try more thugging, I think, with my power mages. Not that I'm getting any, but still. Okay, so Ermor is pushing out here. Again, there's a fortress here, so he's recruiting guys and moving out here. He's got a couple augurs, which are really the only people who are going to be annoying, and then some infantry. And he's moving out here probably from around this way, from this fort right here. And he's got many more augurs and then unnecessary infantries. So I'm going to move here with my 2 thug groups. Well, thug and super combatant groups. And I'm going to see if I can blow up one of these stacks. Paralyze would be something I should keep an eye out for, though. What's his magic resistance? 18 and 17. So it's high-end average, but not super great. I'm also going to patrol with what I have here. Might not be the best idea, but I can do a bunch of... This is not how the Ravenous Swarm works. See, this is what I mean by... So, last turn we saw an example of the Ravenous Swarm, but at this point in the game, in real time, I'm pretty sure that the Ravenous Swarm was actually bugged out. No pun intended, but it was not working as intended. Ravenous Swarm is a battlefield-wide spell, so you only ever need to cast it once with 1 mage. So this is dumb. Never do this. Just cast Creeping Doom a lot. Very rarely do you ever need to do Ravenous Swarm in any event, and not against either of these stacks because there's no undead there, and it would not be as effective. Not sure how I'm going to deal with this per se, but I'm moving with my Fairy, Queen, and my Siddha. But I'm not moving and patrolling, so that's silly of me. I might have been rushing these turns a little bit at this point. I am going to hop on here and assume he's not patrolling with these 130 units and just try and lock down that fort for a spell. This is not a big concern for me, just a handful of lizard auxiliaries. And then he's continuing to raid. Now his Wraithlord dudes are here. Oh, there was a battle here. Let's take a look at that. So I broke siege here, and he has a Wraithlord. And I managed to kill him, so that's good. I do lose 4 yogis. I'm not sure if that was a fair exchange, especially since he's just immortal and probably showed up back in Ermor. So, yeah. Oh well. But that's that. And I think that's pretty much all for now. What else? Building a temple there. And Kailasa is still at unrest. If you recall, it has not been able to recruit anything. I've not been able to recruit anything at my capital for this entire war with Ermor. So I've literally been working off of fumes and what I can summon and essentially recruit anywhere sacreds. That's these guys, and I don't have more of my really good mages, these guys, Yakshas and Yakshinis, which I would really like to have a lot more of. And I'm also sort of burning through my pearls on not Siddhas, which would also be really helpful to have more of, to be a little bit more flexible and maneuverable. I've sort of laid off the raiding again in order to take this throne fort, but I have been able to hold him off and not lost anything of significance. Raiding is annoying. I can't lock down Helheim's old lands, and so yeah, that's where we're at. That's all for tonight. Be back again tomorrow, and later on this weekend we'll get another episode of the Basil is Not Ideal series up for you guys. Have a good one.